Okay, I'm here. Let's see if this works. Alright, good morning. Hopefully all is working. 1 second. Here. Cool, so fixing my mic. Alrighty. Alright. I think the lighting is okay. Nah, I should probably. Okay, cool. Good morning. I'm gonna go ahead and start the stream. Alright. Welcome to session 26. This should have been yesterday, but I apologize. I overslept because none of my devices were on. They were all off because I didn't realize they were on low battery because I thought it would at least survive the night. So I was like, okay, I don't need to charge it. Also, good morning, Hans. I see you in the chat. I hope your morning is starting out well. Oh, Sienna, you're here too. Good morning, Sienna. Oh my god, you made it. Sorry. Hello and good morning. Welcome to session 26. I'm gonna go over the stream itinerary very quickly, and then we're gonna go straight to our greetings. So we have greetings, conversation practice, question, comments, concern, and suggestions. So good morning. Finally, we start off on a very good pacing in the morning, and also on a good note. I mentioned earlier that I overslept because all of my devices were not working today, which was, yesterday, which was kind of frustrating because when I woke up, I was talking to my Alexa app. I was like, Alexa, what time is it? And she's like, it's 6 a.m. And I'm like, oh my god, I slept through. I actually had a full rest that day, which was actually good. Hello, Miran. Good to see you. She says hi, and she also waved at me. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to see all of my friends are here. Hello, hello. Have some double chocolate Belgian cookie, teacher Hannah. Hehe. Aw, thank you, Sienna. Nom 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 nom. If I could, if only. Yeah, for some reason, okay, so on yesterday, I was so sleepy, or the day before yesterday. I was so tired. I didn't expect that I would sleep for a long duration. I thought I would wake up maybe at like 4 a.m. or something, because I know my circadian rhythm, or my body clock, is able to wake up on its own at a certain time. So I usually sleep, I don't know, like maybe late-ish, maybe midnight sometimes 1 a.m. I don't know, just depends on my mood, I guess. And then I would wake up maybe at 4 a.m. Like my body clock would at least wake up at 4 o'clock, 4:30. But that day I woke up at 6 and I was like, why? I also slept early that day. I fell asleep at like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I was just exhausted. So it was interesting to see, like, I wasn't really in the mood to do anything. I just came straight home, went straight to my room, relaxed, and then I fell asleep. I decompressed and went straight to bed. I didn't even have dinner. I was so tired that night. And then I missed streaming the next day, which was disappointing on my part, and I apologize again for that. I was feeling really tired that day. So, at least yesterday I woke up feeling refreshed. I had a lot of, like I mentioned, a full night's rest. So yeah, it was good. How about you guys? Miran, Sienna, Hans, how was your evening? I hope you guys had like a relaxing day. Well, at least I think Miran and Sienna, it's probably like evening for you guys. And then I know Hans is like woken up right now. He's awake. He's probably driving to work or something. How's everyone today? I'm ready because it's Friday. That's all you need to know from my end. It's Friday. I'm ready. I have plans to meet with a friend today. It's actually, let's see. I'm meeting with a friend I met online. So we're part of a Discord group, and he came down from, I think he's from San Jose, NorCal. I know he's in NorCal, but he came down here with some friends, and we were discussing that we were gonna meet at a shop today. And I invited our other friends to come join us, and I'm just like, I'm only meeting this one friend today, but it's okay. We'll be taking pictures and sending pictures to our friends in the group. Miran said, I took some rest and I'm cleaning the house. Oh, nice, nice. I know it's like, what, I don't know what time it is in Korea right now. Maybe it's like 10 or 11. I'm glad to see that you took a nap or you rested, like decompressed. Decompressing just means just like you're just relaxing, not doing anything, just trying to relax for yourself. Miran said, my daughter always messes the house, so I often clean my house. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I'm glad that you have the energy to help clean up your house at this time. Hans says, I went to Atomic and I danced till 1 a.m. Hans, oh my god. And then you still had work right after? Dude, you're a champ. I can't do that anymore. Like, now that I have to work in the morning, I'm like, no. I need, if I were to come back to... Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. When I come back, not if. So you know the phrase of if or when? If is like you're not sure. When is you know, like you're sure for sure gonna do something. When I come back to Atomic, I will not be staying that late because I have to have energy to get through work, and my kids are rambunctious, meaning that they're really noisy and high energy. So as a result of that, I need my sleep. I need to relax, or else when I come to work, I'm just gonna be like tired, monotone the whole day. I don't have the energy with them, so I need to. So I don't think I can stay that late for dancing anymore. And also, they're streaming like this too, so I can't do that. Sienna said, my afternoon was stressful with a laughing emoji. Aww, girl, I hope you get some rest, or at least I hope the stream is making you relax too. Miran said 10 p.m. Oh, it's 10 p.m. over there. Oh my god, Annika joined. Hello, teacher Hannah. Oh my god, Twinkle Annika. Annika, it's been a while. Oh my goodness, glad to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Let's see how today's conversation lesson, let's see if we can get through all of it today. If not, that's fine, because that's the whole point of conversation lessons, is that it's made to have like questions that fill up the entire time. So we do have that time to practice as much as we can, and if we don't finish, I'll try to get the remaining topic and move it to next week, which I will stream on Monday, I hope. So hopefully my weekend is relaxing. I won't oversleep. It's been a wild week, so we'll see what happens. So Annika, good to see you. Thank you for joining. We're gonna go ahead and start today's lesson. We have our conversation practice segment starting now. So 2 days ago, we worked on phrasal verbs, and back on Tuesday, I introduced a number of phrasal verbs in our grammar. If you guys didn't watch that, you can watch it on my YouTube channel. I have not posted it on Instagram yet because I haven't had the time to upload it. So we'll see if I have time. I have a lot of things to do today, so my morning is going to be kind of busy before I go to work. So other than that, we will be focusing on our phrasal verbs, so we're just refreshing and having the opportunity to use these words in our everyday speech. So practice incorporating phrasal verbs when addressing your everyday routine. We have 4 words today. We have eat out, check into, stay in, and stay up. All right, so we are gonna first start with eat out, which means to eat at a restaurant, typically to eat outside of your home. So the first question is, when do you typically eat out? During breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, or dinner? So of these words, you probably might not know brunch or dinner. Brunch basically means breakfast and lunch, so that typically happens when you're having a combined breakfast or lunch with a friend, especially if you're the kind of person that just comes in like late, you know, or you oversleep. That's perfectly fine. There's no shame in that. My best friends and I typically have brunch together because sometimes we can't wake up at 7 or 8 or 6 in the morning, so we're like, okay, let's meet up at 10, 11, 12, or 1, 2, or 2 or 3. So brunch, at least from my perspective, would be from 11 a.m. up until 2 p.m. That's the brunch hours for me. And then Twinkle Annika says, you are very welcome, teacher. Thank you. Miran said, when I feel hungry. That's a very broad explanation right there. So when she feels hungry, she will typically eat out. So you go to a restaurant or you eat at a fast food environment, typically to eat outside of your home. So when you feel hungry, you typically do that, Miran? Okay, Sienna said mostly dinner. Okay, interesting. Mostly dinner. Is it because of work? By any chance, Sienna? I noticed for myself, so I'll answer as well, so you guys have a chance to just type your answer and I can read it. I notice when I typically eat out, it's usually lunch or dinner or dinner. So it's usually these three. And the reason for it is because after work, or like I'm still out, you know, like if I'm at work and I'm going out, these three are the main reasons why I'm still out, and why I would eat lunch, dinner, or dinner. It's because I'm already outside of my home. I might as well eat outside, you know? That's typically the most preferential for me. Breakfast is kind of rare for me. I usually do brunch with friends, as I've mentioned before. Also, let's see. Sienna says mostly dinner. No, haha. Okay, so why do you eat dinner? I mean, why do you go eat out for dinner most of the time then? I'm curious. Because for me, it's like... Yeah, I just told you, mine is situational. Sorry. My brain is like... Because it's so early in the morning. Alright. Miran says, I prefer going to local restaurants. Oh, okay. That's nice. And then Twinkle Annika says, ditto, Miran. Miran says, it only takes 3 minutes to get there. Okay, so convenience is one. Okay. So mine is situational. Miran's example is convenience. So it's just 3 minutes away. That's awesome. And it's faster than just cooking by yourself, right? So 3 minutes to get there. Food's ready. Miran said it only... Oh, sorry. We have Sienna said, just got bored at home and sick of ordering online. Hahaha. Okay. Okay, that's fair. Okay. So if you're home all the time, that's another reason why you would go out, is just so you could have a change of environment, a change of pace. These expressions to like put you in a different like element, and like for sure it's good for you. So it's good to the expression goes, it's good to touch grass. That means it's good to leave your house, and the literal meaning for touch grass is like you're touching the grass. It means like to go out in the real world, you know, just leave your room for a little bit, leave your home for a little bit, and just get some fresh air. We do use that expression, I think, in slang, and I think it's accepted now. I would say, oh, I go out and touch grass once in a while. So it's good that you go out and have dinner and you touch grass in the process. Don't take it literally. That just means you just go out and get some fresh air. That's what it means. Twinkle Annika says, with family generally, it is the dinner. Okay, so you go out with family. Okay, that's good. Sienna said, been ordering food online every day. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I know, Sienna, you are a hardworking woman. And when you're like focused with work, sometimes it's hard to make time to just, you know, cook food for yourself and make food for yourself. So it's so convenient to just call in, you know? And it's good that in your case you go out because you want to touch grass as well too. So that's awesome. And Twinkle Annika says, teacher, could you please explain what is dinner? Okay, so dinner means lunch and dinner combined. So you can see the L from lunch is at the front, and then dinner, the word inner from dinner, is added here. So that's a combination of lunch and dinner. So if you're someone who skips out on lunch and you eat dinner a little early, or you eat a lot of food for dinner, it's much better to have dinner. So in that case, it would be like from 3 o'clock to the 6 o'clock, I think, bracket, at least, is what I would see. most Americans, or according to what they say in the standards, Americans eat dinner at 6 p.m. My family and I typically eat dinner at 7, 8, 9, or 10. So I don't know why, but that's been a thing in my family. We eat right around that range from 7, 8, 9, or 10. It's that range. And I think it's mostly because my parents come home at 6 or 7 p.m. back in the day. So they won't start dinner until like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. because they need time to prepare for dinner. That's typically how it was in my household. So my dinner would take place much later. So I'm like late dinner in terms of American standards. Dinner is just, you know, if it's not too late for lunch and it's a little too early for dinner, like I mentioned, 3, 4, 5, or like 4, 5, 6. So like 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. That's usually the dinner time, especially if you skip lunch. So that's dinner. So I hope I answered that question for you, Annika. Sometimes I have dinner with my friends. So for example, let's say we both get off work because it's a minimum day. I don't know if you guys have minimum days in your schedule. Because in schools, or in the school that my best friend and I work at, she works at a different school we're in the same school district, but she's at a different school. I'm in a different school. So we follow the same schedule. So for example, on Tuesdays, we have minimum day schedule. So instead of leaving work at 4:40, I leave work at 3:40. So I have the opportunity to meet with my friend and have dinner with her at a nearby restaurant. So we would probably have dinner around 4:40, since we get out at 3:40. So we would meet up around like maybe 4:40 because it takes an hour to find each other in LA. I'm located deep in LA. She's like on the edge of it. So it's just traffic is the reason why it would take me an hour to commute. So at that point, we would have dinner together. So notice we both get off work. We have lunch/dinner. So that would be it. Annika said, oh, got it, teacher. Annika said, but that should be afternoon snacks. It could be considered afternoon snacks, but it depends on what kind of food you're getting, right? So if you're getting afternoon snacks, it would be like small snacks. That's what I would consider as afternoon snacks. Like, let's say a bag of hot Cheetos, or we get like tea together or small sandwiches. That would be considered like a snack before dinner. But if we actually go to a restaurant and we have like a complete meal, like, you know, we got our rice, we got our chicken, our meat, we have a beverage, like basically the full course, then that would become a dinner because it's a full meal. So the difference between afternoon lunch and dinner is that it just depends on the food that you get. Yeah. So Sienna said, eating dinner around 7 p.m. makes me hungry at midnight. Aww. I typically eat dinner on the drive home. So I get off work at 4:40, so I have dinner when I'm already driving home. So, because since I spend so much energy at work and I'm walking around a lot, I burn so much energy and I need nutrients. I notice my hands get really shaky if I don't eat anything. So I tend to bring like chocolates with me to work. And I also bring like extra snacks in my bags because I don't have the opportunity to sit down and have a snack because I have to prepare for my next class, which really kind of sucks. So I kind of have to overeat for breakfast and I have to overeat for lunch just so I can get through the day, and then I have dinner right after. So I get off work usually at 4:40, like I mentioned. So I would have my extra meal inside my lunch bag, and I would eat that while I'm driving home because the drive back to my home from LA is like almost, well, actually no, it's 1 hour, and the range goes from like 1 hour to 1 hour and 20 minutes, depending on the traffic. So I would eat dinner on the way home. So you can see what I do with my time. Miran said, driving sounds like energy-consuming activities. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's draining. It is. Like when you're driving for a long duration, you kind of get tired or sleepy, especially after a long day. So what's important to me is when I'm driving home, I need to keep myself stimulated. When I say stimulated, I mean like my brain has to be active in terms of like, what am I doing? Because if I'm like focusing on driving, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've had a few close calls when I was driving home where I did almost get into a car accident. It's probably happened like 3 times. where I've fallen asleep behind the wheel, and it's because I'm so tired and exhausted, or if I don't get enough sleep. So what I typically do is I watch YouTube videos when I'm driving home. Don't get me wrong, I'm not watching the entire video, it's like audio, so I listen to the audio, and if it's like bumper to bumper on the freeway, I do look down at the video shortly, but I drive very, very safely. I'm a defensive driver, so my foot's always on the brake. I don't speed. So that prevents me from falling asleep. That's my method, at least. So, but I really don't recommend people do, like, you know, watch videos and drive, not unless you know yourself. But yeah, I need to stimulate myself to stay awake. So that's what I do, or I do my singing lessons, or I listen to an audiobook, anything that'll keep me, like, interested in something. So yeah, that's what I do. Miran says Seoul has the worst traffic jam too. Oh yeah, I bet. LA is the worst. If you come to California, Los Angeles is the worst traffic. It sucks. I'm used to it, so I'm okay with it. I think the worst traffic I've ever been in, it was Indonesia. When I went to Jakarta and when I came home from Jakarta to Tangerang, because I used to live in Tangerang, and I remember I didn't come home until like 2 hours later because of a horrible decision to patch up the freeway. And basically this construction zone that took place ate up all 5 lanes. So all 5 lanes were closed except for one. So all the cars had to merge into one lane, and it took 2 hours to get home. And I remember that was the worst traffic I've ever been. And I was like, yeah, it humbled me so much that I'm okay with LA traffic, but I told myself never again. Jakarta traffic is the worst compared to Los Angeles. No, Jakarta traffic is the worst. It's so bad that only cars that are assigned with even numbers and odd numbers have certain days that they could use the freeway. And it's still bad, which is ridiculous to me. And they even go and police your, let's see, they have like a, what is it? Like a, what do they call it? A toll. Yeah, a toll freeway. So in Jakarta, they don't have freeways. They call it tollways because you have to pay for the toll to go to use the tollway. And basically, that's the opportunity that there are cops everywhere in Jakarta. So they would check your car's plate number to see if you're an odd on an odd day and an even in an even day. So most residents in Indonesia have 2 cars. One is odd, one is even. So if they go to Jakarta, they have a car they have to use. So I say, honestly, if I were to compare the worst traffic, it's Indonesia. I'm sorry, but hands down, it has to be Jakarta. So it's crazy. Miran says, for subways, they don't have traffic jam at least. Yes, subways are at least better. I would say the same in terms of in LA. If you use a subway, or a train, because we do have like some trains or trams, whatever you call them. And they're fine, so there's no traffic for them, but they do have their own stoplights too, so that's kind of interesting. I have never ridden one before, but I've seen it around from LA to Long Beach, and I've seen those little train sessions, and they incorporate them in their in our intersections, so they do follow the stoplight rules too, so it's interesting. Twinkle Annika said, the stream is making me hungry, it's time to get some food. Yeah, it is. Sienna said, don't go to the Philippines, PH is worse. Oh, I've been to the Philippines. Yeah, their traffic is something else. It's very similar to Indonesia, where I remember there was like one lane that they close off and they change it. So if you're like incoming traffic, like from here going straight, at certain times you can use that lane and use it to go from the outgoing traffic. So it's the same lane. At a certain time, it's gonna be outbound, and at a certain time, it's inbound. That's just how bad it was, and I've seen it because I went to the Philippines back in 2017, and I saw that. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And people have their own rules. They don't follow the lines, because like I know that in the Philippines, they incorporated lanes, but no one follows it over there. They will eat up space, whatever space is there, they'll fill it up, so it's also bad. So in that sense, the Philippines is also the worst traffic because they don't follow their lane rules, and I've seen it. It's hilarious. Twinkle Annika said, I guess Dhaka's traffic sucks more. I spent half my day in traffic. Oh my goodness. Annika, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Sienna said, I don't really recommend, haha, even Cebu. Trains are crowded too. Oh yikes, I feel that. Yikes, yikes. Oh my god. I love that we all talked about traffic when we got off topic. But it's okay. I love this kind of talk. This is how conversation should be too. Conversation is free, so we can go anywhere with it. Alright, but let's go ahead and segue back to the second question. We have, how often do you eat out? Always, often, usually, sometimes, never, or etc. So we mentioned the time that you guys go out and eat, but how often? For me, how often do I eat out? Sometimes. I think I'm at an age where it's like I sometimes go out to eat. I usually pack lunch for myself. I pack my dinner and my lunch during the weekday. So I don't eat a lot. I have everything prepared, so I'm good. The only times I do eat out is for special occasions. So let's say it's someone's birthday in my family, we would eat out. What's the other one? If I'm meeting with my friends, that's another reason why I would go out and eat. It's because of them. And sometimes with my parents. But the word is sometimes. My parents typically just stay at home, so we don't usually eat out. So yeah, I don't do that as much as I used to, actually. Annika says half of my life. I think she might be referring to food, right? Half of my life. Half of my life. That's fair. That's fair. Often, Sienna says. She has a laughing emoji and it's crying too. Rista Queen too. Welcome, welcome. Twinkle Annika says, sometime. I ride my motorbike, but my mom doesn't like it. Almost every day. Oh my gosh. I see. So yeah, that makes sense. So you definitely cannot eat and multitask while you're driving your motorbike. That's cool though. You know, I actually want to drive a motorcycle too one of these days. I'm like, that's one of my goals. Or well, motorbike. I'm thinking about it because I'm thinking like motorbike is different from motorcycle. Motorbike is a bicycle that has motors, and then motorcycle is... We know motorcycles. Hopefully. Also, hello, Dao Min. Dao Min H21. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. But welcome. Glad to see you here. But yeah, interesting. So it makes sense. Annika would eat out most of the time because she is driving her motorbike to places, and I understand why your mom would be concerned for your well-being because it's kind of risky, you know. My parents would be against the idea of me driving a motorbike or motorcycle as well, but I do want to drive one of these days. I've always wanted to. Also, Twinkle Annika said no. All right. Next question for this segment: do you eat out by yourself or with companions? Company. I've mentioned already on mine. Mine is company. I rarely eat out by myself. I do, but nowadays it's just I have packed meals, so I don't usually eat out as much. What about you guys? Okay, so I'm checking the chat. I don't know what happened. Checking the chat for a moment. Okay. I'm just checking the chat to see what's going on. It looks like some people have left. Annika's still here though. That's okay. I don't drive it. I ride on the back of the rider. I guess I use Uber app. Oh, okay, I guess. So she doesn't drive it. She rides behind like an order. So what I noticed was in the Philippines, in Indonesia, and I think from Annika's country as well, they have motorbikes. So someone would drive a motorbike and you would ride behind them. And that makes sense. So you can't really eat in the back seat, especially if you're riding behind the back seat. Sometimes there's dips or like there's little bumps on the road, so you cannot eat. So because you're gonna fly up if you're not taking care of yourself. I have been in a situation like that once in Indonesia. I had a crazy motorbike driver where he didn't slow down on the bumps, and I actually flew up. It was scary. It was so scary for me. I didn't fly over, fortunately, so I didn't get hurt, but I learned from my lesson from that point on to grip the seats under me so I wouldn't fly. But yeah, I've been through that experience before. Oh, Twinkle Annika says you were mixing my answers with writing and eating. Oh, okay, sorry. So the first one, I think when you said no, I think you were referring to you eat out most of your life is what you said. So I'm assuming that's what you meant was regarding going out to eat. You eat out most of your life or half your life. And then when you mentioned almost every day, you were referring to how often you eat out. Okay. I got it. No worries. I got it, Annika. Hopefully that's correct. Okay, so she put a lot of smiling and laughing emoji. All right, so that confirms to me at least I got my answer or understanding correct. So she validated that. Sorry, girl. Okie dokie. I see for Annika, she says like it's for her. She probably eats out by herself or with family. For the most part, I eat with company, so I don't eat it by myself. Twinkle Annika says it's literally scary, so I think she's referring to the motorbike. Yes, it is scary, especially if you don't know if your driver is safe. And don't worry, what I kind of noticed, Annika, is like I'm talking maybe 1 minute earlier in the future. When you watch this video, it's already finished. I'm already talking to a different topic. But the lag between live, like what I'm talking about right now, versus what you get to watch or listen, it's almost maybe 20 seconds to 30 seconds a lag. So if I address something late, I apologize. You probably comment when you hear me talk already, and then there's that. So it's not in real time. Sorry. So that's probably why I might cause some confusion. All right. We're gonna move on to the next phrasal verb because we had a great time just talking about a lot of things in the first few minutes, or not even few minutes, the first 20 minutes. All right. Annika says I spent half of my life in a traffic jam. Oh, okay, that's where I'm mistaken it. Okay, I'm so sorry, girl. I feel that. I feel for you because after I got a taste of that in the Philippines and Indonesia, I'm humbled in terms of America. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna put this out here. Americans, at least those who stay in Los Angeles, we are spoiled. We take our traffic for granted. Our cars don't stop moving. They move a little bit, and that's perfectly okay. Be happy in that, and at least we get home under 1 hour and 30 minutes. At least under 1 hour and 30 minutes. I am humbled after going to Asian countries that have horrible traffic where their cars literally stop for like up to 3 minutes. And that's why it would take up to 2 hours to arrive at a destination. I once had to make my friend wait for me for almost 2 hours just because of traffic alone. And it was horrible. And it was my first time going through it, and I made my friend wait for 2 hours. I learned to be ahead of the traffic. I apologized to my friend profusely for making her wait for me for 2 hours, but she was like, it's okay, it's your first time. She has the grace of a saint, the patience of a saint. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it out there. Californians, humble yourself with our traffic. It's not that bad compared to Asia. Just saying. Annika says you are from the future, laughing emoji. Yes, I am. I am like in the future by like 30 seconds. Himanshu Vashit has joined. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. I think you already left, but it's okay. Thank you for joining. Okay. So, yes, I do notice I'm watching my video from my application as well, and I see that I am probably like 30 seconds ahead in the future, so we're good. And also my video's so laggy. Weird. I think it's because I have so many things open on my computer. That's probably why. Let me see if I can close some windows first. Does it look better now? Hopefully it's a little bit better. I'm also checking my Streamlabs Nope, it's still laggy. I have an old laptop. I really need to like upgrade my laptop in the near future. Um, Annika said sometimes it gets stopped for 1 hour. Literally, you can take a nap. Yes, I've heard of that. So I heard like in some Asian countries where there are really really bad traffic, you can actually sleep in the car and get yourself a really good rest because yeah, the traffic is bad, so you get to sleep while you're going somewhere. Um that's not the case in California. You can't really sleep not unless you have someone you trust is driving. I typically would not sleep in an Uber or a what's the other one we ride here? It's not Gojek, sorry. Gojek is Asia. Darn, I can't even remember the name of it. So we have one of them is Uber, the other one is I forgot what it was. Hans, if you remember. I forgot the other kind of taxi service we have. I forgot the name of it. But I would not sleep. I would typically stay awake. But yeah. So, because our traffic or our commute is not that bad, so it's doable at the very least. If it comes up and I see it in the chat, I will say it. Thank you, Hans just said it. Lyft, yes. I typically ride a Lyft because my Uber app had my old card information and I couldn't log into my account, so I made a Lyft account instead. And I heard Lyft was a little bit better, so I stuck with Lyft. So yes, there's that. Also, Elzbieta Dorozinska, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, so I typically would not sleep in these rides just because, you know, safety is one. And number two, it's just a shorter commute for us, so we can't really get a nap in. That's about it. Not unless you trust the driver, then it's okay, I guess. I would not sleep though, personally, just because I'm worried about my safety. I'm just gonna say that and put that up there. Alright. We are now talking about the next point here. The word is check into. So it's register in a hotel, office, work, etc. requires attendance. So, you would typically use it if you are signing in at a location, because sometimes, like, a hotel will ask you to go to the check-in service. So this is where you check into the hotel. The office, some office you need to sign in to go to before you go at or before you arrive at your work environment, like office space. My school, for example, we require people to sign in, so we have to check into the office and then just show that we are present and on campus, so the school knows that we are on campus. What else did we do? I also know at the dancing studio that I go to with Hans, we also check into the dance studio. Good afternoon from Poland. Oh, welcome. Glad to have you here. So welcome, Els. Twinkle Annika, does Pathao run in your country as well? No, we don't have Pathao. I don't think so. Els said, it's wonderful that I can listen to you. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for joining, because we're practicing English. And I have a presentation in front of me where we could practice together from the chat. So I'm glad you came in. Thank you for joining from Poland. And I hope this is a fun video. Just so you know, Els, I do have a YouTube channel. So if you want to watch the video in terms of the very beginning, I'm going to end the stream in like 14 minutes. So you can access the videos. And of course, you don't have to be here when I'm on live. Of course, it's great if you're here live just because we can interact. But I do have videos that I post on YouTube after I stream, so you can rewatch it so you don't miss anything. Elle said, I knew a teacher from Hollow App with Y had the same lovely voice. Maybe you are this teacher. Aw, thank you, thank you. We had a lot of great teachers on Hollow App, on the Hollow App before. Yeah, it's changed a lot. For attendance. Oh, so Pathao is for attendance? No. We use something else. It honestly just depends on our company, because they use different services. Like, for example, I know when I have to check into my job, I have to check into the school, so I have to sign a paper. Another thing I have to check into is my application, so I use something called Paycor, and that's the one I use for my work, because what they do is they timestamp your arrival at work, and it also keeps count of your payment for your attendance that day. So we use something else. I know we have another one that we used. I used to use it too in another job. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Clover. Yeah, Clover. And I used to use that in one of my restaurant jobs. So that's what I used to check into. All right. So the question was, do you check into a hotel, B&B, or motel when you go on vacation? For myself, I typically check into a hotel. B&B, we could use that with our phones. I've been to a couple B&Bs, but I've never been the host for it. I know I had friends who were the host for B&Bs. B&B stands for bed and breakfast. So you would stay at a house that's rented for like a few days or however long of a duration you choose to rent it. I know some people you can check in by using an application on your phone, or maybe you meet with someone at a different location and then that's how you check into the house or the B&B, etc. And in motel, I've never been in a motel. Maybe I did a long time ago, I just don't remember. But I don't recall checking in the past at least. Twinkle Annika says, I miss Hollow. Yeah, me too. I used to be on there all the time. Twinkle Annika says, no, we use fingerprints for check-in. Oh, interesting. No, Paycor for me, for example, I could check in because it just, when you're using the application on your phone, you could actually check in by using the sensor, because my phone has a sensor on it. It's an old phone. You can see there's a small bar here based on the reflection that there is a sensor where I can remember the password and unlock my phone. So yes, I use Paycor to do that, but Paycor's kind of silly because the thing is, even though I have a fingerprint scan, I still have to like log in my credentials. And it's just kind of dumb. I'm like, gosh, why can't you just do the fingerprint scan and then just check me in right away? That would make life so much easier for everyone. But I digress. All right, next question. How often do you check into the above? Always, often, usually, sometimes, never, or etc. while on vacation? So I would say in my case, always. So I always have to check in to something before I reside in it. So like hotel or B&B, I always have to check in before I do anything else. So Annika said she has to use fingerprint scans to check in. So no, we use all right, I'll just say what she says. So Twinkle Annika says, no, we use fingerprint for check-in at the office. Yeah, okay. Interesting, because my work doesn't have that. Because, I work at a school, so we have to just sign in. We don't have high-tech stuff in that school yet, I think. Other than the usuals, which is like just incorporating tablets and laptops. That's it at most, or at best. Okay. So I can tell, like, based on Twinkle Annika's response, that she probably checks into... Well, I don't know for vacation, but for work, she does it all the time. Hello, Vision de Inacio. Welcome. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the... Maybe it might be the last one. I only have, 9 minutes left in today's stream, because I have to get ready. Alright, so... Next, we're to stay in, not leaving in an area, typically a home or place you are residing in. So, the first question is, how often do you stay in at home? Always, often, usually, sometimes, never, etc. So my answer for this one is always. I stay in I would say almost always. So almost always, I almost always stay in at home. So typically when we say stay in, it's kind of assuming that it's home or some sort of residence that you're residing in. So sometimes you would say the word stay in without the context of at home. So you would say like, oh, how often do you stay in? So if you say that like as a general term, sometimes people might ask and be like, okay, stay in as in stay in at home or stay in at work, etc. If you stay in at work, that means overtime. So if you say, oh, I stay in at work, it might imply that they're staying in because they have overtime. Oh, Vision says our Hollow teacher is here too. Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm back. I'm here for sure. So good to see you, Vision. Thanks for stopping by. Also, I think I might sneeze. I want to sneeze, but I'm just like, oh, my nose is just stinging. I'm just like, gosh, can't sneeze right now. Anyways, I typically almost always, I said so many words there. I almost always stay home or stay in. Sorry, I almost always stay in because I save money that way. I typically don't like to go out just because I'm a big spender. So I notice that when I stay in, I can save money. And most of my entertainment is using the laptop anyways. So I can watch videos, I can interact with friends, I can do my research and on all this stuff. So staying in is great for me in terms of almost always. When I am studying or working, I sometimes go out. Because again, I need to have an opportunity to be in a different environment to change my focus. So sometimes staying in is bad for me because I lose my focus. So I need to go, for example, to a cafe, like a study cafe. And I would stay there for like long hours. And that's where I usually spend most of my money, is just buying food and just like staying at somewhere to just work and study. So to combat that, I've tried to make my room into a little cafe. As you guys, I don't know if you guys know me from Hollow, but I've mentioned on Hollow before that I have my own fridge, I have my own water carafe next to me, and I have an ice maker next to me there. And I have my teacups all in here. I have like 2 carts. I have a teacup cart and I have a cart for like all my tea bags and everything and snacks. So this is to help combat me spending money to go outside, so I can just stay inside my room. So that's how I battled it. So that's the reason why I'm almost always at home, is because I kind of have everything here, so I don't want to go out. Twinkle Annika said, basically it is holiday here. I choose to be at home and sleep the whole day. Eating. Oh, okay, that's good, because so you can spend, you can save your money at least. Twinkle Annika. That's good. So it's good that during your holidays you stay home as well. During my holidays, I like to stay in as well too, because since I already drive long commutes to LA for my job, I just want to stay at home and not move. And I feel like that's good for me, because if I stay home for long durations, I want to go out. You know, I need a change of environment. I need to touch grass, which means to get some fresh air. Yeah, so that's why. Okay. So Twinkle Annika says binging Netflix, reading, and sleeping. Oh, that's great. So you have your entertainment at home, so that's awesome, Annika. All right, the next one. What are some reasons, I should have put an S there. What are some reasons that you would rather stay in than go out? I think Annika kind of answered that in her answer as well, which is binging Netflix, reading, and sleeping. I mentioned the reason why, some of the reasons why I would stay home is, number 1, I have everything around me, like I mentioned, so it's just convenience. 2, it's also because of saving money, which is huge for me, because I already mentioned I'm a big spender. I like to spoil myself. I don't hold back. I buy myself expensive food, which is like sushi, for example. I love sushi. I try to limit myself to at least like once a month, because sushi is so expensive. Poke bowls is okay, but usually I pack myself lunch, or I give myself pack meals so I don't have to spend money. So that's another reason why. Also, Annika says, I love the way you decorated your room. Thank you. Thank you. This is my mini office above me. So if you see like I'm pushing up here, this is my bed. I sleep up there. So during COVID, I had a passion project. Because you know how it is, when COVID happened, we barely had stuff to do to go out, so we had to do something with at home. So what I did was I made my whole bedroom into a project, and I think I showed this on Hollow as well. I used to have my room in that direction, where I had the computer that way. My bed was like lined up behind me, but now I bought this. This is like a, oh my goodness, what did we call this kind of bed? A loft. There you go, loft. L-O-F-T. This is a loft bed. So what's nice about having loft beds is that you can have more space. So now I have space to sleep upstairs, And downstairs here is my little office. So you can see I have a ton of mess on my desk right now because, like I mentioned, I haven't had time to clean up. I've been really tired from work. Yesterday when I came home, I just went on this massage chair, came to my room, tried to get some work done, and I didn't have time to clean up. So my time is very limited. I only have, if I were to count my decompression time, my decompression is usually 1 to 2 hours long. And then I work from 8 to 10. So I only have 3 hours to do work or clean up. And most of the time I spend it on work. So if you see a mess on my room or in my room, please don't judge me too hard. It's because I have really limited time. And then I try to sleep and then wake up early at like 4 in the morning. And then I go ahead and do my stream. So where do I have the time to do certain stuff, you know, like cleaning up? I don't have the time. I have to work and I have to eat dinner and then I have to sleep. And yeah, so please be understanding of why I have a messy desk from time to time. This weekend I will be cleaning up, so you'll see my desk will be clean by Monday, and then it'll get messy again as the week progresses. That's just my life, I'm sorry. But yeah, I digress. But thank you, Annika, for your compliment, even though you can literally see like my room's messy right now. You can actually see this is my work. I have to grade all these papers and then input them online, which I haven't done yet because I was just so tired from yesterday. My body was aching. So yeah. And then I have to pack some of these stuff for my lessons today. Twinkle Annika said it's very nice and also love the hoodie color. Thank you. I really love this hoodie. This was actually the first shirt I wore when I streamed on Hollow, if you guys remembered my very first stream. And it's funny, I love this shirt. It's from Disneyland. It's from the Small World After All ride. So this one says international. So they have a shortened word here. They put I N. Okay, where am I touching? I can't see it. It's backwards. I can't see it. I N. Then they have T and then apostrophe L. So what they're trying to say is like international. And then the bottom says squad. And I really love this shirt because, as you guys know, I do linguistics and I love language learning. So meeting new people is amazing for me. So I really like international squad. Okay. I'll show it for you. So there you go. There you go. International squad. I love that my video is actually showing it not backwards, so you can actually read stuff. But I think this is the mirror mode. This is my favorite hoodie. It's also a really nice color too, so thank you, Annika. I agree with that. Alright. So it looks like I did run out of time. So tomorrow we will be going over... Oh, sorry, not tomorrow. I'll be streaming again on Monday. So there's that. I will incorporate Stay Up to the next segment, so let's see how fast we can get through it. And of course, I'm totally okay if we go sidetrack and talk off about like traffic or food and our transportation, like riding motorbikes. It's totally fine with me because that's conversation, and conversation practice is great because it can be anything. Anything to help you guys improve your listening and your writing skills, so it's good. Twinkle Annika said, no, honestly, I didn't even notice it is messy, but I really love it. Thank you. Thank you. Aw, Elle said, I love it too. Thank you. I think Elsa's might be referring to my room or my hoodie. So it's okay. Whichever, I thank you. Thank you, Els. So yeah, what you just heard was my ice maker, if you heard that in the background. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I need to clean out my ice maker very soon. But anyways, we will do Stay Up in our next session. We have reached the end of today's lesson, which is questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, since I'm going to be ending the stream very quickly or very soon, I typically encourage you guys to post your questions in the video on YouTube. So you can find my YouTube channel if you are watching this from Instagram. Go to my profile page and there's a link there. So if you click that link, one of them says YouTube and Discord, so you can find them there. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can find the link, or you can comment below, or you can access my Discord channel. And that's where you can access these videos. So I made a thread of it for you guys. Aw, Elle said the room is excellent too. Okay. So based on Elsa's compliment, the first I love it too was referring to my hoodie, and then Els referred to my room being excellent condition. Sorry, being in excellent condition. Thank you so much. I try my best to keep it clean, but sometimes it's hard because working 2 jobs, well, not 2 jobs. This is like a fun job for me. I love doing this every day. But working a job where it's just long hours and then barely having time for myself and long commutes is difficult to get stuff done. But yeah, I digress. Twinkle Annika said, it's lovely talking to you, Teacher Hana. It's like talking to a bestie after a long time. It is, Annika! My goodness. I agreed. This is the kind of stream that I want to hold. It's just, you know, you're learning a language. It's very comfy. So it's like we're talking to each other like besties, you know? And of course, we're like besties because we've been friends since like holidays, right? So it's amazing that I get to talk to you again. So it has been a long time, my friend. I'm so glad to talk to you again. All right. So, other things, you can also leave comments on Discord. I typically encourage you guys to just join my Discord community just because I'm very active on Discord and I'm on there 24/7. So if I see a message, I typically reply as quick as possible. The only exception is if I'm tired or if I'm resting, decompressing, sleeping, I don't answer my questions very quickly. But if I see the comment, I respond to it as soon as I can. Okay. So that being said, we're gonna go to my informations page here. So to my new streamers my new viewers here, so like Els, I go live on YouTube and Instagram. So you guys are watching on Instagram. I'm also live on YouTube at the same time. My conversation practice is Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. PDT, PST. So like I mentioned, I wake up really early in the morning just for these streams. And then right after, I have to get ready for work. So like usually 6 a.m. to 7. Then by 6:50-ish, I should be leaving the house and getting ready for work. So I should be driving to work at that time because it takes an hour to get there. English for Everyone, which is grammar, takes place every Tuesday at 8 p.m. PDT PST. So I only do it once a week. And of course, I want to try to shape my conversations, like what we're having right now, to follow grammar. So we have an opportunity to practice every week. Of course, if one day, let's say this channel or this stream like blows up and I'm allowed to have the opportunity to teach this full time, I will incorporate more classes and hopefully I could quit my job and I could just focus on this because I really love this stuff. So in the near future, feel free to please help to spread word if you want, share my stuff for anyone who wants to learn English. It would definitely help. And please join the Discord community. I know that it is capitalization sensitive, so again, I recommend you access the invitation link from my Instagram profile page. So if you click on the link in the bio description, it'll show you the Discord there. If you are on YouTube watching this, it's in the description box below. So click that and you can go in right away. And I typically post stuff updating today's news. So I actually have a thread where I post all of the videos that I've streamed thus far. And I'm gonna show you that very briefly before I go, you guys. Because it's already 6:06 and I have to go get ready for work. Come on, Discord. Lovely. Here we are. Alright, I'm gonna show this to you guys because it might be new to you guys here. I have my announcements, which tells you when I stream. So it tells you, okay, at 5 a.m. today I streamed, so you guys know I will be streaming. If I'm not on at 5 o'clock, expect me 5:05, 5:10, because you never know if I just woke up a little bit late and need that extra time, but I try to get on as soon as I can. And then here, I have the description for what the sessions will include. And then it tells you the duration, about 1 hour. So the next stream will be on January 9, 13 GMT, so that's 1 o'clock GMT. Or this time zone right here that's being highlighted, it changes based on your time zone. So it'll tell you what time I start. So since I'm in California, it tells me 5 a.m. in my time zone. So again, if you want to join, just find the link in the description or link in the bio. And I need to be updating my session here, which is here, live stream notes. So this is a collection of all of my streams since the first time I started streaming, and you can find everything here. And I've also organized it, so if you want to look for something specific, like, oh, I want to focus on conversation, then it's gonna pop all of my conversation videos here. And then my most recent one was yesterday, 2 days ago, because I overslept. There's my stream itineraries to tell you what I did, and then I have the link to the video on YouTube here. So you can see it's very organized. So if you want to access from Discord, this is the best way to contact me or stay up to date, because I post on here like religiously. I'm very active on here. All right, so that being said, Annika says all the best for today. What day is it there today? So in California, it is Friday, so I still have work. Tomorrow is Saturday. But I'm excited today because I have plans to meet with a friend, so we're gonna be hanging out today, talking, and just shopping together. Yeah. Amo Kim, welcome, but I'm about to be ending my stream soon, so watch this video on YouTube. I will try to post the previous videos on Instagram, but no promises. Today's a really busy day for me. I'll try to upload them over the weekend, and sometimes Instagram takes them down because of music copyright, which shouldn't be a problem on YouTube because this is Lo-Fi Hip Hop Girl, and she said it's okay to use her videos as long as you give her credit. So there's that. LZ said my daughter lives in SF. I hope visiting California one day. Oh, Els, your daughter lives in San Francisco. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. Twinkle Annika said it's Friday 8:08 p.m. today. Oh, it's 6:09 p.m. 6:09 a.m. right now in California. So yeah, I have to get going for today. If you guys want to access the Discord, all the link is in their respective sites. I mentioned again, Instagram is through my bio. YouTube is through the link in description. So all of them are there if you want to follow me on YouTube, because this is also live there too if you don't want to watch this on Instagram. Mainly because the screen is much bigger on YouTube, so if you want to see that, it's there. It's kind of small. The screen is much more smaller on Instagram, so it can be a little bit hard to read. So yeah, I recommend just watch on YouTube if you want to see the text being bigger. And yeah, that's where I record my videos. They're posted on YouTube with the YouTube version or the big screen version instead of what you guys see on Instagram. But yeah. Twinkle Annika says, I guess I am from the future. Yes, you are from the future. All right. So I'm gonna go, guys. I have to get ready for work. It's 6:10 a.m. I like to stay like another hour or so. Sorry, not an hour. Like sometimes I stay another 10 minutes after my stream. Just because I enjoy talking to you guys and see how you guys are doing. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me in today's stream. I'm thankful to have so many people come in today. I'm very blessed. So thank you so much for making time and seeing me. I will see you guys again on Monday next week. So for some of you guys, it's Tuesday for you. How can I find you on YouTube? Okay, great question before I go. So I am streaming on YouTube right now. This is what it says here. Just go ahead and go to YouTube. Oops, YouTube. And it's the Homebody it's called the Homebody Teacher. Sorry. So let me pause this video first. Okay, you heard me echo just a little bit. Just type in just one word, the Homebody Teacher. So it's the same username as I have here on Instagram. So if you look up the Homebody Teacher, I'm right here. Oh wow, I have 12 subscribers. Wow, one of my goals were made already. Okay, because I made a goal to myself to at least get 10 subscribers, and I have 12 now. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. I had 5 last time I checked. So it's good to see. So yeah, you can see I'm actually live here as well. I'll show you an example. I'm going to be echoing for like a quick moment. I'm going to mute myself for a second here. So you're seeing me on Instagram and you're seeing the video that I have on YouTube. So you can see here, my camera is much smaller, but the screen here is ginormous. So you could read the text here. So, honestly, if you want a bigger screen, I recommend just going on and watching on YouTube. But if you prefer to be on Instagram, that's okay too. So don't worry about that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and exit this. Go back to my presentation. And I think that's about it for today. Actually, I'll just leave it as that. Okay. Els said, aha, okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, teacher. Thank you, Els, for joining me. Annika, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and end my stream now, so see you guys on Monday. If you wish to talk more, I recommend just, join the Discord. I'm there, so you can always message me if needed. Alright. Bye, guys. I'm just gonna wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Drink water, stay hydrated, eat something healthy. Stay safe. I know it's getting, for some places in the world, it's raining a lot, so stay safe, don't slip, stay warm and bundled too. So other than that, see you guys on Monday or Tuesday, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you then. Bye, take care.